Hello viewers, my name is MUNYAH, the heavyweight, and I want to welcome all of you to talk to MUNYAH, the heavyweight. This is a platform where we conduct what is called exclusive interviews. And the most interesting part of today's episode is that I'm hosting one of the best guides in Cape Town. I don't want to get into too much of the details, but let's welcome our guest for today. Say
Hi.
good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the name that you have, I was wearing one of your pole neck,
Yeah.
and somebody said, this name.
You're
Tell
kidding
me,
me.
this is you. Whenever Jackson is mentioned in South Africa,
Yeah.
what picture is painted?
Well, I'm not into the game too long. I started 2015, and in the interim, I've done some epic stuff. Even I just thought that it's good to do something yourself instead of just.
Wow, that's beautiful. And straight to looking at you, as we're sitting like this, if somebody is to show up here and look at me and look at you, they will notice a difference. But the difference now is well molded in the sense that you have kept yourself fit and strong. What prompted you to consider fitness as part of your life?
Yeah, I've always been keen on the mountain. I think in 2009, they started something called the Platteklip Charity Challenge to check how many times you can go up in one day and you get the car down. And in the same time, you're raising funds for the less fortunate. So in 2029, I could say I started my fitness journey.
2009.
2009. Sorry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's long back.
Yeah.
And which mountain were you specifically climbing? A certain mountain, or it was just a normal walk?
No, it was Table Mountain.
Table Mountain.
Platteklip, yeah. There's a
Platteklip.
route, it's just steps all the way up.
Steps all the way up.
Yeah.
And you took part in that?
Yeah, since 2009. And I've been doing it now. It's running for 16 years, but I've done 15 years of it.
So you mean that was done to generate some funds for charitable organizations?
Yes.
And then you fell in love with the fitness, or you fell in love with the sport itself?
I think I fell in love with the fitness.
Okay.
The sport has always been there. I've been climbing mountains forever. I can say that.
So what is it that drive you now to get to a place where even if somebody works you up, you say, let's go up the mountain?
Well, I always say to people, it's not my cliche, but the mountain is a great equalizer. You're not MUNYAH, the heavyweight. You're not Ackmat Jackson, the guide. You're just a human walking up there, and we all have our struggles.
Wow, that's so powerful. And your weekly exercise routine, because I believe that you don't just wake up and go to the mountain without a preparation.
Yeah, a weekly, and I mean that's where I met you. At the gym. I run twice a week during these colder months. I run on the treadmill, and then I do indoor cycling twice a week, and once during the week on a Wednesday, then I go up the mountain.
And how long is the run in the gym?
Oh, up to an hour.
1 hour
On the treadmill, yeah.
1 hour,
But not speedy, just
normal run.
Yeah, to keep the.
But 1 hour is long, man. You are fit. And looking at your age, what would you say are the restrictions or the things that you are no longer able to do because of age? Is there anything that you say in your workout journey, in your fitness journey, I used to do this and I don't do it anymore because age is knocked in?
No,
There's no
nothing.
limit.
There's no
So
limit.
age is not a limit.
Yeah, and I mean, I enjoy it. It's not. It's not. It's part of my life, you know, to be fit
Uh-huh.
and to exercise and to go climb the mountain. It's just part of me. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody must have the same drive, you know. I just have a different drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. A. Jackson, one of the guides, and as far as hiking is concerned, and he's best in South Africa, Cape Town. We are digging deep and diving into more details to find out what sustains his strength and what keeps him motivated and encouraged in as far as his career is concerned. So stay tuned, and I'll be back. Entrepreneur, small business, or you already have an idea to talk about and to implement business-wise. This is where it's happening right here on Talk to MUNYAH, the heavyweight. Get ready. Welcome back to Talk to MUNYAH, the heavyweight, where we have our special guest today, Mr. A. Jackson, the man that climbs the mountains. So tell me something.
Yeah.
Why hiking? Is there no other things that you could do in your life besides hiking in as far as sport is concerned? Why specifically hiking? Is it because you grew up doing it, or you love the mountains?
Strange enough, you know, my great grandfather.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, we used to live in District 6.
Yes.
And every Sunday, I'm talking about from teenagers, 10, 11, we would go up Table Mountain, and sometimes on a Saturday, and sleep there. There was no restrictions at the time. And when I started my schooling years, there was also not hiking per se, but there was outdoor adventures like visiting a farm, and that just grew on me, you know. The outdoors is also good for the soul,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier on, you're nobody, you know. All praise and
Yes.
glory goes to the Almighty. And the hiking, I mean, you probably meet people like you were telling me the other day that they go up Lion's Head and they think they're gonna die.
What? Just Lion's Head, and then they think they are good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just feel that some people don't do things to their full potential.
Okay,
You know, they sometimes they need a little bit of push or inspiration.
Yeah.
And on the mountain, like presently, there's guys that I know that are. I mean, there's one guy of 75 who climbs, and he zooms past me.
What? 75
And
is still going up the
75,
mountain.
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, eh?
So for me, that is an inspiration, you know, if this guy can do it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not about speed, you
Yeah,
know, it's,
yeah.
it's just the fact that we tend to always have excuses for doing anything. Most people, not
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
before. And for me, it's out there and it's free, you know what I mean? We have to go inside and dig deep and do what we love.
So when it comes to our communities, because I was looking at tourism at large, and I figured out that most of our communities are affected in a way that the residents assume that tourism or exploring heights like hiking is only for the tourist. And if you're not a tourist, you are limited or restricted, or you cannot participate or take part in as far as hiking is concerned. How are you affecting or impacting the community, you as a guide?
I do something what we call community work. Like once a year, I would take people from disadvantaged areas, and I've been doing a church group for about 4 years now, and it's all teenagers, like I said earlier, and in Cape Town, most of these kids have never even been on the mountain.
Wow.
You know, so
that's
we call that giving back.
giving back to the community.
So even where I stay, you know, on the Cape Flats in Bonteville, A lot of these kids haven't been up the mountain because they, like you said, they think it's just for the tourists.
Yes, yes. Wow, wow. So, do you think more of this needs to be done to raise an awareness in our communities that it is for everyone?
Yes, I feel that, it's not really out there. I mean, people feel that, let's face the facts, a lot of kids growing up in these, on the Cape Flats, they're not exposed to that, and as you know, crime is a...
And you think that will give a positive impact when it comes to mental health?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Besides the physical pain that they're going to endure, it will make them stronger.
Because we have our communities being affected by mental health and other things like drug abuse and others.
Yeah.
What should be done to enforce that into our communities? Because I think sport really has a great impact to influence the mind towards a positive direction.
Yeah, I also agree with you that, sports brings everybody together. I mean, especially...
Do you think that because you are into sport and you guide tourists and the local people up to the mountain, and you've been doing that for years, do you think it's something that even maybe our sport minister is not putting his eye on, or maybe he needs... what do you think can be done to raise that, especially for the community? Yes, we understand it's happening for the tourists because they come for it.
Yeah.
But our community, is our community not left behind when it comes to enforcing that?
Yeah, I think partly it is, and especially today with social media, you can just Google something and you can find it. But I think that especially in our communities, people are not, if I say not interested, they're unaware of the, I want to say
the
that...
opportunities.
Yes, to go and explore.
Explore, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is something that I think can help a lot of communities if it's brought out properly. And one interesting thing about what you just said is that age is not a restriction.
No.
So we can have the young, we can have the teenagers, we can have the youth, we can have the elderly participating in all these activities, and that will bring out good health to our communities.
Most definitely, and like you said, it's not really advertised, if you could put it like that, for the community.
For the community. It has been advertised for the tourist, but not advertised for the communities.
Yes.
I think that's where we come in.
Yeah, and when I did my first high mountain in 2002, I went to Kilimanjaro. And then I went to the high school I attended, and I gave a talk there, and not one at the high school, not one student or learner knew where Kilimanjaro was.
Oh my goodness.
So, like I said, they're not really exposed to this, and also maybe not just interested because it's hard work.
I think because of the availability of social media now, we can take part into bringing the awareness to the communities to let them know that it is important to take part in such events, hiking, exercising, and all that. And I'm sure we can create a super community.
Yeah, no, look, a lot of our community members, even the elderly, there's lots of running clubs and, athletic clubs. And there's also quite a few hiking clubs, but we don't always see them. Like once a year, they will have an outing, which I notice on the mountain, and you see a busload or a taxi load of kids.
Wow. No, this is something that makes me breathe slowly to think of how best we can impact as far as our communities are concerned, especially in that part of fitness and exercise and getting to heights, get to the top of the mountain and be able to see the beauty of South Africa, the beauty of Cape Town from Lion's Head or from Table Mountain. This is just something great. My last question for you. Would you perhaps encourage, or would you advise our South African president and his delegates to try hiking?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you know, I'm not saying they don't, but I think that it starts always people. If people lead, others will
Then others
follow.
will follow. So,
Yes.
so if the president of South Africa would take a hike, will you be available to assist them go up the mountain?
Without a doubt, I would be available. Yeah.
I'm sure this will bring some smiles over
Oh.
the South African community when seeing President Ramaphosa going up
Yeah.
Lion's Head or going up
Yeah,
Table
Table
Mountain.
Mountain, yeah.
That will be something else. And I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward. So thank you so very
Thank
much,
you very much,
for
MUNYAH.
coming.
And for your time, you know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hope to see you again.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.